Are there some parts of the rule of Saint Benedict that are more significant for people to understand today?
Oh, of course, because it's 72 chapters, and Benedict was not, he was intense, but there was a certain, I think this is more important than that. He very interestingly enough, in his chapters on prayer, he says, and if anybody has a better way of doing it, doing it. Talk about flexibility. But there are specific chapters that I think really apply to um, lay people as well as those of us who are vowed religious, um, and they take them in different ways, But the qualities of a superior challenge anybody who is in any kind of leadership, and everybody is in some kind of leadership. Take those qualities and how do you apply them to your life? Um, the tools of good works, a list of ways to treat people. That's a daily, minutely uh, challenge to every person. Um, Obedience, just a listening stance to what is going on in life, obedience to God, obedience to the situations. And it's obedience is a challenge. For me, I think it's one of the hardest chapters in the rule. The restraint of speech is another very practical one. Do we have to be talking constantly? We don't. Do we have to be listening constantly? We do. Humility, how we see ourselves in relation to the world. I think that's a very interesting and challenging chapter. That who are we? I have to ask myself, who am I in God's eyes? That's just a very short group of chapters. Then the next chapters are the how we pray during the day and night, the number of psalms in our prayer. I don't think they're as important. And as I mentioned before, Benedict said, if you have a better way of doing it, do it. His very last chapter has what I consider the most beautiful words in the whole chapter. And he says, and may Christ lead us all to everlasting life. That's what the whole rule is calling anyone who reads it, who lives it, to be about. The rule of Benedict, a rule for all ages.